Turn now to the investigation into former President Trump. Manhattan prosecutors appear to be on the verge of charging him related to the hush money payment for porn star Stormy Daniels. It will be the first time a former president is ever indicted. Trump's former fixer, Michael Cohen, is a key witness in the case. He testified in front of the grand jury twice this week. He joins us now. Welcome to GMA.
Good to see you, George.
So you have spent days with prosecutors. Based on all that, are you convinced that an indictment of President Trump is coming? Are you prepared for cross-examination?
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that I talk about, for example, I know you read it in my book, Revenge. I talk about the credibility issue that everybody wants to attack me on. They want to attack me on the 5 counts of the tax evasion or the misrepresentation to the bank.
You are a convicted liar.
No. No. Hold on one second, George. I pled guilty to the 1001 violation, but what people don't do is they don't finish the sentence. Yes, I pled guilty to lying to Congress, but I did it at the direction of and for the benefit of Donald J. Trump. They also failed to remember what the lie was about. It was about the number of times that I spoke to Donald about the failed real estate project in Moscow, the Trump Tower Moscow project. I stated to Congress 3 times. That's what Donald wanted. In fact, I spoke to him about it 10 times. That's the lie. And if that lie is what keeps me out from being the credible witness that I am, so be it.
So you're ready for the cross-examination. I spoke with one of President Trump's attorneys earlier this week. He's been doing the rounds on the media as well. And one of their arguments is that the president's denial of making a payment to Stormy Daniels was not a lie, and making the payment was not a crime.
Right. Well, obviously, you're talking about Joe Tacopina. I mean, the guy looks completely unhinged. I predict that Donald will cut him loose. He's done an absolutely horrible job, and you know Donald well. If you don't do right by him, if it makes him look foolish, which Tacopina made him look foolish, he cuts you loose.
One thing that's being signaled by Trump and his attorneys is they're going to come hard, both at you and the prosecutors, arguing political bias again, saying that you are a liar.
Okay. Do you think that they can come any harder at me than the Republicans at the House Oversight Committee hearing that lasted, over 8.5 hours? I'm not worried about it. The facts are the facts. The truth is the truth. And the truth will always rise. And so I'm not worried about anything that they want to come at me with.
Based on what you know, based on the fact that you have spent so much time with the prosecutors, are you also convinced that they can back up your testimony, since you will be attacked by the lawyers with other documents, other testimony?
Sure. So you remember at the House Oversight Committee hearing, I knew that the Republicans were going to come at me very, very hard about anything that I said. And so what I did is I backed everything up with documentary evidence. I promise you, and I promise the American people, that all the information that is needed in order to create the indictment, to get a prosecution and a conviction, is in the hands of the district attorney.
When you were walking into the grand jury this week, you said you're prepared to go tell the truth. You said you wanted President Trump held accountable, but you also said you felt a little bit twisted. What did that mean? Yeah,
it's tough. Somehow or another, I find myself at the center of this crazy scenario that we're all living in.
You put yourself at the center of it, right?
Well, I didn't really put myself. I fell into it. I was working for a man who ultimately became president of the United States. And yes, there are things that we did that were wrong. For example, the hush money payment. But I never expected that democracy would be on the line as a direct result of the former president. I mean, you may have seen his tweet where he claimed on his Untruth Social platform that one of the, it's not Russia that is the danger to our democracy. And I agree with him. It's him. That's the one thing that I absolutely agree with him. I think it's the first time in a long time. But that's why I felt twisted.
You've obviously turned on former President Trump. You believe now he is a danger to democracy. You helped him for so many years. You also paid a high price for that. What's your biggest regret?
Accepting the job from him in 2007. That's my biggest regret. There was absolutely no reason for it. I didn't need to work for him, and I probably shouldn't have. I should have listened to my wife, my daughter, my son, and not accepted the job. But I did. And yeah, it's cost me a lot. It's cost my family a lot, our happiness, finances, my law license. It's cost me everything. But most importantly, as I said to you, almost 5 years ago today, that my wife, my daughter, my son, and my country have my first loyalty, and they always will.
Think justice is going to be served?
I know it will be.
Michael Cohen, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.